Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll talk Bulldog football as Ferris State gears up for the NCAA Division II football playoffs. We'll also check in with Bulldog hockey and, of course, Ferris State soccer as well as they wrap up their season. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog football, joined by assistant head coach Brian Rock. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I know, good to be here, knowing that you're back in the playoffs here, 9th consecutive year, which is the current longest active streak here in Division II football.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. It's a kind of a new season, so to speak, and yeah, we're definitely gearing up and trying to get ourselves ready to roll.
Obviously, this past week wrapped up the regular season at home against Wayne State, and certainly able to pay tribute kind of to your senior class on senior day before the game. Yeah,
we've got a great group of seniors who I think it's always important to recognize them for the contributions they've made to the program and the efforts that they've put forth to make this the program that it is.
Obviously, as we go to the highlights of the game, you certainly want to send your seniors out, final regular season home game at least, in style, and they were able to do that, got out to a great lead in the first half.
Yeah, I think our guys played pretty well. I think, on both sides of the ball and special teams, we were able to make some plays early and often and make a pretty comfortable victory. But no, it was a great day, beautiful day, and for college football, and our guys played good, and and let's face it, it's always fun to win.
Obviously, here on the opening drive, Wayne State drives down, gets 3 points. So one of the many field goals they had here in the contest. Great kicker, but the offense comes right back, and Tyrese Hunt-Thompson with a long touchdown reception here.
Yeah, we kind of had a feeling we might be able to get that when Markel does a great job of running a little bit of interference there, but Tyrese is a great deep threat. Malik threw a good ball, and we were able to get a score on the board early.
How important was it for the play of the defense? Really stepped up here and got some stops for you and got the ball back for the offense.
Yeah, I think that's when you look at football, as coaches, you always try to you separate it a little bit, offense, defense, kicking game, and everything. But when it comes to Saturday afternoons, everybody's got to play together, and I thought we were able to do that pretty well on Saturday. The quarterbacks played well, the receivers played well. Our blocking on the outside, you can see Tyrese blocking on the outside right there, but our blocking on the outside was outstanding. And I thought we ran the ball well, we threw the ball well. Defense did a good job of at least holding them to field goals for the most part, because that kid can kick. He's a good kicker, and they didn't need to get too terribly far across the 50-yard line before they could take a shot at one. But when we're scoring touchdowns and they're scoring field goals, we'll usually be in the lead.
Here, Carson Golker with the carry. Both Malik Mitchell, Carson Golker here in the first half, able to find the end zone, and they also threw a touchdown pass each.
Yeah, we've been trying to make a conscious effort to get the ball to Xavier. He's one of our best players, and we got to find ways to put the ball in his hands, and he's really, really good at going up and getting it. And Carson threw a great ball there, and we were able to get it. And then here was a short yardage situation that we called a quarterback run, and Carson was able to pop the line of scrimmage. He's a strong physical runner and showed a little bit of speed there.
Had a 28-9 halftime lead, and how important was it to come out here in the third quarter and really get a couple scores here early?
Really important, because I think that's, over the course of time as you watch football games, no matter what the score is at halftime, it's really important. It's kind of like the start of the game all over again. You got to start fast, and Malik's able to take one in there, and I think Trinidad goes in here pretty soon, and that made it a fairly comfortable lead, and then we're able to play a lot of guys, and Markel gets his first touchdown of the season, I think, this year on that play, and it was just a good day all the way around.
You mentioned playing a lot of guys, some freshmen seeing some action here for you in the third and fourth quarter, and how important is it to get those guys maybe some experience?
I think it's really important, not just so much the actual playing experience, but to let them get a feel for really what it's like to be out there on a Saturday afternoon. They've worked hard in practice, but it's good for them emotionally. It's good for them to at least be able to see themselves, okay, I can do this, and it's always good to be able to put young people in those positions.
Wayne State here will get their only touchdown of the afternoon here in the fourth quarter of play, but obviously able to work in a lot of guys, and for a lot of those guys, really a chance to get some valuable reps and also to kind of prove what they can do on the field.
Absolutely, very valuable. I mean, we even had Zach Ahern in there running some quarterback runs and things. He just handed the ball off on that last one, and but he did a good job coming in and playing.
63-19 the final score. You wrap up the regular season. Now on to the playoffs, and obviously draw a familiar opponent in Grand Valley State here in the first round.
Yeah, we have we have a little history with our first round opponent, and it'll be an exciting game, and it'll be there'll be a lot of interest in this game, and a lot of guys on our side and on their side. The reason they came to Ferris State was to play in games like this. So there's a little bit of buzz around the building right now already on Monday, and there was last night as we watched the show, and I think we won't have a whole lot of trouble getting our guys' attention this week.
Obviously, really speaks to the volume maybe of football here in the GLIAC. You got two West Michigan teams going at each other here in the Division II playoffs.
Yeah, I think the quality, our region, is easily the strongest region, and to have two teams from our league being in the top 5 in all the polls, and it's not just this year. That's kind of been year in and year out, but it creates for a lot of excitement, that's for sure.
How important is it to have that veteran experience, that leadership, that maybe some guys that have kind of went through these playoff battles before?
Well, just kind of knowing what to expect and how the week's going to go and how the trip's going to go, and and all the things that lead up to the game. The older guys kind of teach the younger guys, but just because of the history of how we played against them in the first game, our senior leadership will be incredibly important.
Obviously, here kind of in the playoffs, you really got to take it game at a time type mentality.
One game at a time. It's win or go home, and so there's nothing to leave, nothing to save anything for. So you might as well pull out all the stops and play your best. And if we play well, we'll feel good.
I know we talked earlier about this being the 9th consecutive trip to the Division II playoffs. Really speaks volumes of what Coach Anise has been able to establish here at Ferris State.
Yeah, Tony's been able to establish quite a run here, and I can certainly speak to one of the reasons why I came 4, 5, 6 years ago, because I wanted to be a part of something like that, and Tony's done an awesome job, and and now we need to continue to move forward, because as we have done better, the level of expectation has gone higher.
I know here going into this playoff matchup, what does it take to win games here in the Division II playoffs? You
got to be physical, you got to be mentally and emotionally prepared, and you got to execute. You got to play well. I mean, there's not going to be any easy ones. You got to go out. It's going to be a dogfight, and guys got to go out and just prepare themselves for that, and give everything that they have. And when they turn the clock off and tell us to go home, we'll look at it, and as long as we got more points than the other ones do, we'll keep on practicing.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and best of luck as you take on Grand Valley State here on Saturday afternoon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.